Hey everyone, good to have you here. Seb here in the dungeon. Whoa! We have got a lot of grey on the table. We got some painting to do. Sunday night here, downer under. We got good to have you here. Really good to have you here. I'm in here drinking something in the old DM's mug, getting ready to paint. I see we've got some folks in the chat as well. Thank you for joining, and if you're new to the channel, this channel focuses a lot on tabletop gaming atmosphere, and I like to tinker and paint with like miniatures and stuff too. Anything to kind of enhance the tabletop gaming experience. That's kind of my jam, so if you're interested in that kind of thing, consider subscribing to the channel, and yeah, we're gonna just kind of have a little look at some miniatures and terrain tonight. You can see I've got all the paintbrushes out here. We've got hello Borotroll, good to have you here as well. We've got all the paintbrushes out. I've got a whole bunch of minis and stuff here on the table. Let's have a little look-see. I'll get the microphone in the way. Whoa, this camera has its own, mind of its own. But we got some stuff here. We're gonna have a look. I've been 3D printing a whole bunch of stuff, and if you might recognize some of this kind of stuff, we've got a whole bunch of like little, what do you call it? Hero Quest terrain and stuff that have been sitting in a box, all unpainted, and I thought these will be great for this kind of like dungeon, the classic kind of dungeon that I'm coming up with for an upcoming video. It's kind of trying to kind of tie in to a little bit of the movie hype around Dungeons and Dragons, so it's going to be a little bit of an introductory type video about how to run a dungeon, all kind of little kind of atmospheric tips and kind of like little game running tips to help things keep running things smoothly and easily and not get overwhelmed, and kind of have focus on having some nice terrain and lighting and special effects and that kind of thing. So hoping to have some kind of like beginnery type of video, hopefully. I'm gonna drop it in a week or something. The movie comes out in a week, so I gotta get filming. Script is barely together, but you know, maybe I should be just, no, it's gotta be scripted. It's gotta be everything. Very good to have you guys here. We've already got questions about what kind of tiles we've got here. These tiles, these ones are from Printable Scenery. This is their Rampage collection. So these are from, now I'm very new to the dungeon tiles kind of stuff that you have. But these ones are pretty nice. These are all just printed on FDM printers. You can see I've kind of spared no expense on going a little slower on the printer to kind of get some nice quality here. So everything is a little bit kind of gray at the moment, but we're gonna try and see how much paint we can get on these things. So these are from Printable Scenery. So I probably should have put links in the description so you could grab yourselves and stuff. But yeah, we've got lots of neat little bits here. We've got some little door things. That's kind of cool. And they all kind of click together with these. I think it's an open lock system, so they all kind of piece together and everything. I think these stairs are even Fat Dragon games, so you can see that they all kind of piece together. And yeah, we're gonna try and start to kind of get some paint on these. Now, one thing I'm really most excited about is this Displacer Beast that I've got here. I've got a few classic monsters that I'm hoping to have in this video. So this Displacer Beast, I've got a Mimic as well. If you've seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie as well, the trailer, you can see that these classic monsters are in there. So I thought I'd cash in this Mimic is a very nice sculpt. It prints supportless as well. If you're curious about how where's this one from, bug me in the comments and I'll put a link there so you can grab one for yourself. Yeah, so that one has been super easy to print. The kids are even bugging me. Actually, let's just switch to I've got one here handy. You can print them any size. This guy's a little bigger as well. He's a this guy's colossal, so you can get quite big. I quite like this model. It's very support free and stuff. So this one's resin printed here on the Frozen 4K Mini. Yeah, so we got some dungeon terrain here, classic dungeon type stuff. It's all going to be, the video is going to be mostly about how to kind of like organize yourself and kind of have the different kind of sound effects to play at the right time, that kind of thing. Hoping to make it pretty nice and accessible. This Displacer Beast, that is a beautiful sculpt. I picked this up on my mini factory. I can't remember the sculptor, but yes, feel free to drop a comment down below saying, hey Seb, where was that Displacer Beast from? And I'll chase that up and put a link in, nice little link in there if you want to print one of these on your own. This guy printed super nice and easy for me, so yeah, I'm a pretty I like the little pose on this guy. So and yeah, this guy's, I'm just going to just turn down the music for myself because it's blasting in my ears. There we go, a little quieter here. Yes, you know what? It's been this long since I've had a Displacer Beast, so I think it's high time we get some paint on this guy. I'm excited about this guy the most, so I'm probably going to start with this guy. He is, I'm thinking I'm going to start by kind of giving him a shade of purple on top and then kind of blending it with black to kind of get that comic book black where they have those kind of shades of purple on it, on like the edges and stuff. So we're going to probably get the airbrush out first. It's kind of looking like a mad this kind of thing. I don't usually have the airbrush booth up here, but I thought with suction and filtration might help a little bit more with some of the stuff that comes out. But if it's too noisy, let me know and I'll mute the mic and kind of like push to talk kind of thing as well. All right, let's hope you guys are doing well. I curious about where you guys are coming from, as I'm going to be kind of just popping some paint in this guy. Let's start with some, what is that? Some kind of purple. This is from one of those D&D painter starter sets. I've still got it going. These painter starter sets are pretty handy. They've got some good life out of them. Let's see if I can start filling out the airbrush here before we get going. Should have a Mage Cast mirror image on the Displacer Beast. That sounds like a dangerous time. But you know what? I'm ashamed to admit it has been. I've never used one in the game. I think honestly, maybe it was a little bit of intimidation as a young DM when I first saw him in like the game kind of manual and stuff. I was like, oh, maybe this guy's gonna be like hard to run and stuff. Now I'm excited to run that kind of thing. So we just finished a big campaign for Dragon of Icespire Peak. So I'm curious to try some new monsters, some new settings, that kind of thing. So let's see. I'm gonna have some purple in here. More purple. I don't want to run out of purple here. All right. And I'm gonna need a little bit of thinner. Here, thin this out a bit. That's probably way too much. Oh, I'm very disorganized here. Despite, you know, honestly, having the audio is working, right? I've been caught out with that before. So if you hear like lips flapping but no voice of Seb coming through, let me know in the chat. But I am always curious about who everyone is dialing in from. So give a shout out from where you're from in the chat. Always happy to hear. We usually get a lot of European viewers coming out at this time of night. If you're coming from Australia, tuning in this late night, it's a Sunday night. You should be getting ready for work. But not me, not this night, Cat. We've got. You're probably like me. You got like a dungeon. You can hide out and get some things done while the kids are asleep. All right, let's see if now that is probably a little bit light. I'm just already noticing on this purple. Might add a few inks here. Some kind of brush. Mix it around a bit. Maybe light purple's going to be good. The Cobalt Press. Thanks, Andrew. Cobalt Press monster books are a good place to start. The latest is very good. You know what? I'm ashamed to admit I don't have any Cobalt Press books. I should definitely check them out. Get some water in that pot. Yeah, tell me about the Cobalt Press ones, actually. Because when I look at the Monster Manual one, the 5th edition one, they're very basic. They're very bare bones monsters. Like, it's like, he's got a multi-attack, right? He's got a multi-attack, what else do you know? And he's got some kind of, like, ability thing, and that's it, right? I figure with, like, a lot of monsters, they're going to have some kind of, like, key feature to them that you want to kind of, like, pick at. I'm going to test this out first. Got my jumbo roll of, what is this? Paper towel, of course. Adelaide, Melbourne. Wow, we got some local boys showing up. That definitely needs some more thinner. That purple's pretty good. All right, I'm going to go with that one. It's probably going to need a little bit more thinner there. I reckon going... Here from the UK. Welcome. Love the vids. I'm currently a student, so trying to DM on the cheap, but love to create the atmosphere. Any ideas how to create cool, snowy environments? That's a fantastic question. Yeah, look, I think snowy environments. I just did a whole campaign of Dragon of Icespire Peak, which was very, very much snowy environments. Some stuff I've loved, like on the if we're going to go like real cheap, like dirt cheap, I've got some of this, even like this polystyrene. This is barely even kind of like painted. I kind of just chipped away at it at my fingers and stuff. These are great for like making little snowbanks and kind of thing. So that's that's as dirt cheap as you can get. Sometimes I like to throw on some of that. You can get some of like these snowflakes from like, I think like Christmas Kingdom. It's like those Christmas Village kind of stuff that you can just kind of sprinkle onto things. Like sound effects like king. We're trying to get atmosphere going. So there's a lot of like free ambiences you can even just like run off YouTube. Michael Gelfi has a lot of these ambiences that you can just pipe through. He even has a Bandcamp and stuff where you can buy all the albums and stuff. So like you can get those kind of tundra, kind of snowy, kind of like sand ambiences going, and that does a lot of the heavy lifting. If you want to go that extra step more, I found that just a little bit of fog is a great way to go. Even if it's one of those like tiny little portable humidifiers. There is a video on the channel that shows like one of the little baby ones. There's a whole variety of those ones you can get now that come in all different shapes and sizes. We've got a folk in the Discord that are always showing me different types of humidifiers that are out there. And those keep kind of put out this kind of like fine mist that is, if you get it kind of low enough, or even it's just in the air, creates that kind of feeling of this frosted air to it. Yeah, there's some like shorts and videos and stuff of some atmosphere, kind of like fog. If you're kind of curious to check those out, I'm just trying to get myself organized here so I can spray this guy purple. All right, this guy's tacked on anyway, so we might as well take that guy off. Andrew says Sirenscape for sound. I'm not, it might shock a lot of folks to know I'm not the biggest fan of Sirenscape. Not that I have anything against the creators or anything. It's fantastic that there are tools out there. It's just definitely not my go-to tool for that kind of thing. Like, honestly, a lot of the sound clips and sound ambiences that they have are fantastic. And if you have access to that kind of thing, it is a great tool. It is just definitely not one that I love using, just because I work with a lot of UI design and that kind of thing, and I was like, I'm not a big fan of the UI and how it's all laid out and how to add your own custom sounds and stuff. Kind of feels a bit clumsy, but like if there are folks that use it, then all power to you. But I definitely have my own Stream Deck kind of like setup. All right, let's see if we can get a bit of a change camera angle. Apologies if we get some of this fan noise. Whoa, whoa. There we go. There we go. We're in now. All right, let's see if I can see if I can do this. Kit, welcome. Good. Fantasy Grounds also plays thing. Yeah, there's a lot of things that have like sound effects on it. I've even found like Describe as well. They have their own. Like, if you're not familiar with Describe, they've got their own like descriptive text for like encounters and that kind of thing. And even they have some atmospheric tools I've been kind of playing around with. Why are there only 2 people watching? That's a good question. Tell your friends. We're all in here. This is where the cool kids are. Not many cats hang out this late at night in Australia. All right, this is working pretty well. What paints am I using? I am just using the stock standard ones from what we got here, from one of those painting starter kits, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say they're like Army Painter or something. Gale Force 9 it says on the back. So, yeah, I'm using that with a little bit of Vallejo thinner. The sound of ventilation is neat, calming white noise. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But it's better than breathing in any of this stuff. I know I've definitely done it on streams without it, and you definitely kind of feel a little bit like, a little bit of something in my throat. So, especially if this is a big double garage I'm in, there's plenty of holes in it as well. So there's a little bit of ventilation, but this is doing a better job of sucking that stuff out. We're going to have a nice purple boy here. It's a little hard to tell for you guys. Can I zoom in even more? Oh, zooming into the max here. D&D starter paint sets are Army painted, except for the Special Rangers of Vallejo. Gotcha. Alright. Alright, I'm going to just give this guy a good coating of purple. No, I'm serious. The sound is nice and we understand you well. Well, I'm glad I'm coming through okay. And we're getting some good ventilation for all Seb's lungs. This is like mad science in here. We've got everything good going on in here. We've got brain jars humming away with some fog. We've got airbrush compressors going. We got this guy going. I'm just wondering if I can get a bulk of this guy done with the airbrush. Ooh, I'm out of purple in there. That might have been just enough. Let's see. I'm going to pull it over here. Take a better look at it. Ooh. Let's see. All right. That's pretty simple. We just it looks like we've got more purple on one side than the other. I'm going to have to put more purple in there. Get it going a bit. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of tabletop gaming, Atmosphere and that kind of thing, and this is just a nice casual, I would say monthly chill out that we do. We are getting close to 50 supporters on Patreon, and once that milestone hits, we're going to have a nice private pizza party happening once a month. So with this kind of thing, this is going to be like a private kind of deal. There will still be After Dark specials where I'm hoping to have a few more kind of interactive, fun things for people watching the stream to interact with while I paint. But, whilst you're doing like atmospheric techniques and all that kind of stuff, you do need painted miniatures, but you can get get away with a lot of colored lighting and that kind of thing. All right, I need more purple on this guy. So I'm gonna try and fill this guy out a bit more. I think definitely did not put enough in the cup. With the styrofoam, do you apply anything to remove the bubble texture? Was thinking like a grout or filler paste on it, or Mod Podge. Now, I honestly, with a lot of the lighting effects and stuff that I use, I have been guilty of just using straight styrofoam, and it looks fine. Yeah, you can. I've got some of these. If you keep an eye open, keep an eye open at some of like the dollar stores. Like these, I got these at like Aldi. There's a whole pack of them for like $5, $10 or something. These are great as well, and they're fine, ready to go. I'm just trying to think like what else was good. Frostbite. Oh shit! You know what? There was something good actually. This is a new one. This is a new one that I did lately. All right, getting too excited about this kind of stuff. All right, so these gates I've got here. Ooh, camera. All right, so these gates here these are 3D printed, but the thing I wanted to talk about is this kind of ice effect inside, and especially when I had some like light coming from behind, they were pretty good, and you could probably already tell by looking at them like what they're made of. So it's basically I got one of those plastic Tupperware kind of like takeaway containers from like your takeaway shop and stuff, and kind of cut it into this jagged kind of thing and just run some hot glue on it, and you've got some nice icicle type things, even pretty flat. You can get some good dimension on them, and so they've just been sliding into these portals. These portals are from a Calling All Portals Kickstarter as well, if you're not familiar with, and actually you're meant to put your like phone in here and stuff, but I used these for a final encounter with Cryovane, the White Death in the Dragon Vice Spire Peak. That was a lot of fun to kind of run that adventure. I'm sad to kind of reach the finish, but we had a kind of cliffhanger kind of end to it, which was interesting. We'll see what we can do to kind of pick that game up again. Let me know in the chat if there's any folks who have not finished a campaign. I know that feeling all too well. It's almost like this unfinished business that's happened. I'm talking about. But it is very satisfying to bring something to its conclusion. All right, let's see if we can turn this guy back on. See if we can get some more purple on this guy. Should have tested it a bit. It's fine. Beautiful. I just want to blanket this guy in purple. Is there anyone joining me with some kind of like home crafts? Is anyone and everyone in their own dungeon crafting away, getting some paint on some models, tinkering away on their own new inventions? Always keen to hear it. I know some of you folks in the Atmoseeker Discord are busy toiling away in all kinds of manner of trinkets and doodads. This is almost like the Phantom. Alright, this guy's definitely more purple more now. I'm gonna have to take a look, bring it over here, see what we got. This guy's definitely looking a little bit more purple, that's for sure. Oh yeah. I did a Dragon of Ice Spire Peak into a Rise of Tiamat story that went super smooth. Players loved it. Unfortunately, that was starting just before Dragonlance came out. That is a very tempting book. I have been tempted myself. Yeah, honestly, that is a great segue adventure. Even like I found that Mines of Fandelver segues pretty nicely into Dragon Rise by a Peak. Talismancer is currently 3D modeling a fog connector. Man, I'm keen to see. I know you always show what you're working on, so I'm excited to see what you've got going. All right, this guy's looking purple as all hell, which is great because it means I can change the color of this. But yeah, at least I painted in purple. Honestly, he's not too bad actually. I probably am just gonna like put some black in the airbrush now. Just kind of hit those high areas. And then maybe just like some kind of wash. Let's see how that goes. Might do it. Okay. It's got everything on here. Oh. Making hex terrain. You know what? I actually picked up a second 3D printer this week, and I tried trying to be a bit thrifty. I got a Ender 3 Neo off some recommendations in the Atmoseeker Discord. It sounded pretty good. The price tag looked good, and I've gotten one successful bunny out of it, one of the test prints, and I've been struggling on one of the other prints and stuff. So yeah, 3D printers are a little bit finicky at the moment. Oh, in danger mode or something. Lights changed. Any thoughts on the Dungeons and Lasers terrain and Dragon Bits? I've seen a couple of those, and folks have been swearing they look like some great value for a lot of the stuff that you get. I can't say specifically about. I don't have any experience with them. I have been tempted to pick them up myself because it just looks like a good quality box of stuff. So, but I've been kind of always jealous of folks that have lots of Dwarven Forge type stuff. So this is my attempts to kind of have that kind of feeling with some of that those dungeon tiles. But yeah, I wonder if any of you guys can guess what's in what's in Seb's mug. Nobody will guess. Nobody will. Oh, it splashed on my face. All right, we got purple on this guy. I'm gonna get some black in it. And I'm gonna, that's the plan. I'm gonna try and get some highlights with the black on top. So I'm gonna try and have that purple in the edges, almost like that, almost like facing shadow kind of feel, I guess, to it. All right, where is he? He's here somewhere. There he is, sneaking along. Already looks all right. Purple up. I don't mind the purple, actually. Got a little black in there. And Dwarven Forge is nice, but 3D printers is so much cheaper. Is it cheap? Yeah, I feel like it is cheaper. Like, yeah, Dwarven Forge is, like, it looks fantastic, and, like, the sculptors they have are amazing and stuff, but, yeah, there is a good range of 3D printable stuff. A lot of the stuff you're seeing here, like these tiles and stuff, these are all from printable scenery. So I've just been using those, folks. It's all open lock, so all the locking system. I'm going to print off some of those clips as well. And there is a Discord. You are correct, sir. There is a Discord that you can access. It is for Patreon. It's a Patreon exclusive. The $3 tier will get you in the door to the Discord. We have lots of folks talking in there. Sometimes I'll just post random stuff that I'm working on, kind of a little behind the scenes. If you kind of curious about upcoming episodes and that kind of stuff. So it's a fun little place. We've got little chats and stuff happening. So there's a meme. Memes? Yeah, we got memes. Got emojis and stuff. But yeah, I'll post like behind the scenes and stuff. And there's folks working on their own fog adventures and stuff. So a lot of fun in the Discord, actually. I've been enjoying kind of chiming in. Yes, prices are insane. It's kind of like you're paying for that premium stuff. I'm sure Matt Mercer has been single-handedly driving a lot of business their way, probably. PZ has Dungeon and Lasers, notably the City and Absalom and Dwarven Mines half height, but they're great. They're great. 60 hours to paint 3 boxes of terrain. Wow. Yeah, I'm complaining about a little bit of gray here. We've got PZ having 60 hours of wow. I mean, it's a nice problem to have, and I'm guessing like how many run-throughs of Lord of the Rings is that? Quite a few. I am ashamed to admit I have not nearly watched it enough. I started watching the first one not long ago. Gotta keep going, I think. Let's see. There we go. I should have pre-programmed something. Let's see if this works. This one's hard. Painting on stream. Don't want it to look like a butt. Maybe it's almost like a zenithal kind of thing. I wanted to throw a wash on this guy too. I don't want to go too dark. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I've definitely missed the spot. It's a little harder to look in this direction. It's 3 seasons of Star Trek Enterprise. It's a good way to kind of, good metric. Good metric there. Wondering if the airbrush is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. Do I have a scene in mind with the terrain I'm making? Yeah, I think so. Classic dungeon kind of dungeon vibe. I mean, I've got the Hero Quest furniture here. I reckon I'm just going to throw a wash on this guy. It'll pretty much be finished. Let me get a little close up here. How's it going? It's like a purpley, blacky kind of guy. Maybe I should highlight a little bit or something. Maybe on top. No, I'm not a professional. if you haven't guessed yet, I'm not a professional painter. I've just got a bunch of painting tools, and I kind of do a lot of guesswork until things look good. A particular scene in mind. Yes, classic, like 70s style dungeon. I think it probably, we talked a little bit about Dwarven Forge earlier. If you've seen any of their like promo videos, it's kind of like that dramatic lighting. Maybe if you've seen like those old toy commercials with like the fog and stuff and the cars, and they're going, oh, the smash with like the 80s toy commercials, stuff like that. I am wondering if I need to add any more to this, or you know what? I'm gonna put that guy aside for now. Let him dry a bit. You know, I probably could just left him on there. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Boop. Put him there. All right. Let's have a look at some of this terrain that I've got around here. Now we got our pick of, we got like this mimic guy. He's pretty cool. Got some furniture. I probably could spray a bunch of this furniture brown-ish. for the most part, we got. I mean, like this kind of stuff is like gray and stuff. So I am definitely going to just throw a few shelves on the turntable here. Spray them brown. You know what? I cannot for the life of me find brown spray paint anywhere. That would probably solve a lot of stuff. But I'm going to start by painting these guys. Oh, we've got a lot of brown here, actually. Brown. I'll save that guy separately. Let's see, tables, chests, that thing. I don't know about this guy. Brown? Let's start with brown. That's brown too. Brown. Okay. Brown it is. Definitely gonna have to clean this guy out. One thing I have really liked for cleaning out airbrushes is this little pipette kind of thing. I'm not sure if this came with the airbrush or anything, but it's like a little squirter bottle. But basically, just kind of squirt it into the top there until it starts coming out clean. So I've been enjoying using that for washing. Makes it pretty fast. There we go. And you can squirt it right into the bottom there, where the bottom of the well. There we go. Do have a cleaning pot here, Seb. Don't just start spraying where there's like cables and stuff. You know, you got to give the people something to watch. Australian guy gets electrocuted in his garage on a live stream. If that's not going to be something worth watching, I don't know what is. This is brown too. What the heck are you doing over there? You non-brown. There we go. Brown. This guy weapon rack. Is that brown? It's probably going to be mostly brown. Yeah. A lot of browns, a lot of greys. Let's make it a happy little dungeon. Alright, we've got two browns to choose from here. Bugbear brown and rigid leather brown. I'm probably going to go with the bugbear brown just because it's a little lighter. I'm wondering if I should have zenithal primed these or not. Not that fancy a man. Yeah, it's probably just easy to just kind of throw a wash on them. My son has been having a lot of fun using speed paints, the army painter ones. He's been painting up a storm. He's like, I have a bunch of Hero Quest minis that I primed up, and he's been really enjoying just because I've been running out of stuff for him to paint, and I was like, I don't have anything painted for Hero Quest. You wanna paint it up for me? He's like, Dad, he's 7. Think about it for a second. Top dad here. Oh, is there no bugbear brown for Seb? This is super clogged. I don't think there's bugbear brown for Seb. I think that's empty. That's that's out of here. All right. Now to find a replacement here. Brown. There's so much brown to paint. Maybe it's my other brown. Alright, I might just lighten this up with a little bit of this primer that I've got here. This Pro Acryl. I was just worried it was going to be a little bit light, a little bit dark, so I'll lighten it up with that. I've been starting to use contrast and speed paints lately. I'm starting to get a hang of them. Yeah, it's a different style of painting, to be honest. It's like coloring in almost. Like even finding like to prime stuff, you got to prime stuff differently. Like my son was using a lot of this stuff that was primed white as well. So like zenithal priming is probably a lot better for that kind of stuff. But yeah, well actually that brown's not too bad. Might lighten it up a bit though. Poo brown. Okay, dribble that boy in there. Sweet. Cleaner. Cleaner. What do you think, Braino? We'll thin this out a bit. Oh yeah. It's great. Alright, I have already lost all my brushes. There we go. Oh. I was about to start asking a question about Mandalorian, but there might be still folk watching that stuff. So I won't go into that. It was a favorite show of mine. I haven't really been loving a couple of the new episodes that have been coming out. It's been very, very hit and miss for me. Okay, all right, we got some paint here ready to go. We're gonna brown it up here in a second. If you like brown and you've just tuned in, you're in for a treat. Oh, we're not getting a lot of spread there. It's probably too thick. All right. A little bit more thinner. Yeah, you can't want with this milky consistency. Is there any folks that use an airbrush? I know I kind of use quite a bit of an airbrush on the channel, and there's a lot of folks that are like, oh, that's too hard. I don't like airbrushes. I mean, there is a skill involved. I'm not very good at it. But it does make painting some of this stuff a little bit easier, a little bit faster. See, I'm just painting away. Probably should turn on the fan, Seb. That'd help. Hey, Nate's Miniatures! Welcome, buddy! Thought I'd drop in before we go to bed. Welcome, good to have you here. Just gonna get some paint on, some brown. You're just in time. Thanks for stopping by. It's good for big batch stuff like this, I guess. Yeah. There we go. See, you don't even have to look. Just man, there are some fantastic airbrushing painters. I've seen like this guy on Instagram who's like airbrushing like miniatures and like getting like I'm gonna get like the little highlights on his shoulders, and it's like a guy like this big, like tiny little man, tiny. It's like, how do you get such fine control? I don't know, because if you look at a lot of miniatures I do that I've painted close up, it'd be like, what the hell have you been doing, Sam? What have you been drinking? There we go, we're flowing nicely now. My flatty broke airbrush on day one. Bent pin, must repair. Oh yeah, man. I just got this airbrush relatively recently. Like this is a Iwata one. I used to have a super cheap Amazon one that was like $20. It was a pain in the ass. It was constantly clogging, but I think I did the ice caves on that one. And that is that was the extent of that cheap airbrush. Yeah, just go to Brown Town. These guys. I love going to Brown Town. Still think it's too thick. It's not spreading for me. PZ says he uses his for a lot for priming wood for furniture and stuff, not actually painted one. I think that's a good use for it. I think. It's good for like large batch stuff like this. This is the most paint this furniture has seen ever. I guess it's good because it kind of puts that thin coat of paint on it too. That makes it dry relatively quickly. Oh, you're running out of brown. We need 3D painters as well as 3D printers. Oh man, I saw those ones that you can get from Hero Forge that have the, what is it? They're already like color printed ones. Those are pretty cool. I don't know how it's like magic. It's like a magic thing. Yeah, the Iwata Eclipse, well worth upgrade. It's like the controller's way better. Yeah, if you do ever make that upgrade, Nate, well worth it, I found. Oh man, Seb is running low on paints. It's because my goddamn kids are using all my expensive stuff. And they, like, those speed paints from like Army Painter, you're meant to like just like thinly glaze those on. They're like just like, I need more paint, Daddy. Why? I just gave you like a whole like it was full. Where's it gone? I did one brush stroke, Dad. Well, shit, man, that's like 50 bucks right there. Should be just like giving them like super cheap paint, shouldn't I? All right. Oh. Thin. With the thinnest paint, thin, paper thin. If it was a thin man, tiny thin man would be in here. He'd be going like, "Said that's too thick." All right, here we go. Got a nice brown going on here. It's like a light brown. Can't tell on the camera, but Seb's liking it. We're going to Brown Town again, folks. Oh. I need more paints. You're right. Look, recommend something in the chat right now. What is a good, like, painting set? Like a set of paints. You just go like, all right, it's the Vallejo something set, and it's got like all your prime colors and everything. Yeah, like I think I just like to pick up paints and sets. I think. I think that's my jam. Yeah, okay. Here we go. We're going Brown Town big time on these guys. Come on, mate. There we go. So this brown's a little lighter. That's all right. Let's get a little variation on that texture. You know? Get right in there, you know? Don't be shy. Oh, man. I really got in there. The chair's got a little bit of a wet patch on it. Oh! I learned not to give my kids my mini paints. Just buy art store ones. Oh, well, like, those art store ones, they're so thick. You know? Maybe that's right. Get the art store ones and then teach them about thinning. Vallejo starter set. Nice. How many What colors we got in that? Is there like lots? Is that just like the primaries? Alright, we got, oh man, Browntown is looking good! I even like that it's not quite, I mean, it's hard for you guys to tell over there. I'm gonna bring over Browntown a little closer. You can see the progress on this guy. Alright, we got, it's just a light dusting of brown on these guys, and because we primed it with grey, you can see that it hasn't gone into all the recesses inside the wood. So we see it has quite of an aged look, which is perfect for your dungeons. 72 paints, holy shit. That's, I think there's 72 paints. Wow, that would set up Seb for life. I think I know what the Patreon dollars are going to this month. If you're not familiar with, Patreon is a great way to support the channel. All the money that goes through that comes to supporting me as my single work dad life here. I mean, I'm married, but like, you know, I've got kids, work, everything like this. So this is all extra time, middle of the night stuff where Seb's in here working on painting wooden furniture, but also making atmospheric videos on our YouTube channel. So if you want to see behind the scenes, join the Discord, join the community. There is a Patreon link in the description below if you want to check that out and see what all Seb's doing, hanging around, just kind of painting brown things. But yeah, like the more people that support that thing, the more, you know, the closer the little steps it goes to kind of get into that dream, you know. People have that dream, but they go like, oh, full-time YouTube, you know, stuff. Maybe one day for old Seb, it could happen. Yeah, just paint it here. It's bad, Seb. Dad, you're gonna breathe that in. I'm alright. Just exaggerating for you there. Let's see. I should have pre-programmed this to kind of go to like little spots of Seb's main interests. You can see in the background, I've got like crazy light show. So for the computer that I had that was controlling everything has gone dead. So there is a bunch of lights and stuff going crazy in the distance. So hopefully adds to the crazy ambience that we have here as we're working on some dungeon terrain and stuff. So we're just having a little bit of fun. I think hopefully we're having fun. Hopefully it's not just me here in my Jurassic Park t-shirt painting some wood, going to Browntown here. Okay, the dream is never over. Never. The dream is to never run out of paint again. Yes, I agree. Oh man, we got some bits of paint on this wood rack here. That's actually looking pretty rad. And because it's airbrushed, it's almost dry to the touch. Yeah. Go. Some nice brown fingers for old Seb. That's what we want. Oh. There we go. See that shelf? Done. Next shelf. Another one. Done. There we go. See, that's Browntown. Super efficient. Get brown on everything. Done. One more words of wisdom like this. Check out the Discord and the Patreon community. It's time for a drink. Nobody's guessed what's in the old mug yet. I don't think anyone will. Strong. All right, mate. Nate, thanks for stopping by. Get some sleep. have a good time in Browntown. Ugh. No, make the spray booth. No, I didn't. I did not make the spray booth. I did. You are on the right track though. Like I did look for a time at making my own, and then I was like, that looks like a lot of time and effort to get right. So I bought one off Amazon. It's one of those like foldable ones. If you guys want to like take a closer look here, we can take a look at what we got here. So what happens is these guys, I think these sides, is it this one? Yeah, they kick out and then it folds shut, and then it's just like a box in the back, and it's got like a long pipe that kind of like extends back and out. So I've got it kind of going out a window at the moment. Yeah. But it's been super handy. It's got all this like lighting in it and stuff, so it's been pretty good for painting, that kind of thing. Oh man, that's embarrassing. It has a little bit of moss there. I have it, but there's a little bit of moss there. It's embarrassing. All right, we got some brown on these boys. Looks like they could use some more. I do not know what's going crazy with my lights over there. That's Seb, the Atmoseeker lighting master, does not know what's going on with the lights in the background. I actually have to paint the underside of these boys because I know there's going to be some encounters where they're going to be like, oh, we're going to use this table as a barricade or something. So we need that brown on the upside down, and that is going to run me dry of brown pretty much. Whiskey sour, good guess. I do like a whiskey sour. I'll admit that what I've got in the cup is very last minute. It's whatever I had in the fridge. It's very impromptu cocktail here. A little bit of a coconutty taste here. Keep things casual. There's nothing in there. Spraying air at them. That's a little common technique that you do. Kind of just spray air out of the airbrush here. It helps kind of like dry off. It's super fast. Get everything kind of going here. Make a little dip check on there. You can't really see. It's just pitch dark in there. Pitch dark. All right. I'm gonna get some more brown than this guy. Yes. So I'm going to be furiously working on a video this week. Trying to get it done before the release of the new Dungeons & Dragons movie. It's probably already out for some folk. Not in Australia, though. Alright, we got Seb's brown color left. Yeah, I'm gonna check out Amazon to see if I can get some of that those Vallejo packs. Oh my god. Yeah, because Seb is low. Seb is low on paint. Malibu. Is that shit? Yes. It took me a while. Yeah, Malibu's in there. You're halfway there. Oh, what's the mixer? Ooh. Don't waste the brown town, Seb. The coconutty, wasn't it? That gave it away. You shouldn't have said anything, Seb. You would have got away with it. They wouldn't have seen. They wouldn't have known. What time is it? It's almost midnight. Paint, water, and Malibu. Now that's a good guess. And you know, given how things are going in here, probably not too far off. Shout out to my favorite mini paint Vallejo wood grain. It's more of a wash than a paint. Off-white as a base coat, then 1 or 2 layers of wood grain. Looks like wood. Oh, pretty close on the orange juice. It's you're in the orange country. Okay, Vallejo wood grain. Okay, so some kind of wash, some kind of like speed paint, kind of hybrid. Orange juice is pretty close. I did eyeball the orange juice. I was desperate. Never like to go into a live stream dry, that's for sure. Never know what's going to go on. Pineapple. Close-ish. Oh, you were closer with the orange. It's orange adjacent. It's not, I wouldn't, you know, it's orange colored. We got from pizza joint. They brought us the special. Where we got pepperoni and Fanta and Malibu. You got it. You got it. Fanta and Malibu. Not bad. Nailed it. I'm almost out too. It's gonna be sad. It's sad for Seb. No, honestly, I didn't even mix it that well too. So it's all gonna be rum. It's all gonna be rum at the bottom. PZ Midwinter Minis did an awesome video of a coffee paint. I did see that one. That was tasty. I feel like that's happened to a lot of us at some point. This chair. Brown fingers at the end of this. Oh, that's a brownie boy there. We got a wood. That's a woody looking chair. Oh, blow it over. All right, we got round tables. Oh no! Let me get the other side of this guy. Ginger beer mixer. Oh, I used to like ginger beer, and then for all of a sudden I got turned off it. I think I've had like really nice like home brew ginger beer, but yeah, I think I don't like that. Like a lot of people swear by that Bundaberg one. Oh, I don't like it as much. I don't like it as much. I don't know what it is. I used to like it. I mean, tastes change, right? You know, we all change. Okay. Well, I think we've got a decent amount of brown going on here. Oh boy. I feel like this is a good healthy brown. There we go. You just gotta spray these bad boys up. I completely missed the weapon rack here. Oh boy. Imagine coffee and paint is a good perky drink. Keep you painting through the night. I think it's almost like that, you know, when you eat the hearts of your enemies to kind of gain their power. Maybe it's eating the paint becomes you a more kind of skilled painter. Something like that. I think there must be something to that, right? I mean, I can't be the only one who eats the heart of their enemies. Right? Right? Seb admits he is a cannibal on live stream. Yeah, it's just like nobody in Patreon now. That's what I was spending all that Patreon dollars on. Just human meat. It's expensive. Oh man, it's chugging through. I might not have... I'm thinking I might have to clean the nozzle a little bit. Yeah, it is kind of gunked up a little. Nice and gentle as we does it. Okay, do it. Okay, probably notes to future Seb. Run a bit of cleaner in there first. No, no need to hit record either. Straight, mate. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of clog going on here. Ah, damn it. Oh, so close. I can clean this through. Need some kind of like cup. As Seb looks for a cup, what can we do? Ooh, message. Getting a message from Dungeons and Dragons Australia. Oh, it's one of those big group chats. I'll do that. Alright, I'm going to try cleaning this out, try and get rid of the clog. Doesn't clog too often, but when it does, it's a bit of a bummer. Oh snap, you said that out loud as an Australian. Won't they send Hitman Wombats after you now? Oh shit. Oh, it's the drop bears you gotta be worried about. The drop bears will get you. They like to go for the eyes. NPC character called Seb that consumes things to gain power. It's also likes Fanta and Malibu. Now I'm gonna like brand it as Phantom. I used to be the whiskey guy. I used to be the guy on YouTube who's like class, whiskey, and stuff. I'm all out of whiskey. Spent too much time in here painting miniatures, drinking whiskey. Apparently, when that happens, all the whiskey disappears and not many miniatures get painted. So that's a bummer. I think I spread a whole bunch of primer onto these tiles. Oh, Seb, why are you drinking while you're doing these this stuff? This is a bad place. This is a bad place to be doing this kind of stuff. Cheers. If you like the tangy freshness of homemade ginger beer, there's a great recipe by Townsend's. Make my own ginger beer. Make my own ginger beer. Interesting. Seb's ginger beer. The ginger boy. Ginger buddies. Alright, we're going to try and clean out this airbrush, getting rid of this clog. Finish going to Browntown on these boys. I'm going to give this guy the full clean treatment here. Get rid of the clog. I'm guessing did not put enough thinner. Okay, there we go. Get it nice and clean. Just polish it. Make it shine. There we go. We're gonna have to actually run some cleaner in here too, I think. Get it nice and clean. Dirty. You're dirty, aren't you? Alright, cleaner. Here we go. Run some cleaner through there. Oh yeah, it's filthy, filthy boy. Clean yourself up. It's coming through all right, man. Yeah, see? There we go, that's better. That's much better. Alright. Having a lot more fun in here now. What do you think, old Braino? Alright, let's finish Brown Town. I was hoping to get some paint on these dungeon tiles. Might not happen tonight. Maybe I can finish off the displacer piece. That would be pretty sweet, actually. Alright, I'm going to finish putting brown on these guys. Because poor old Seb has work in the morning. Can't go to bed too late. But what a cause. I was up late last night painting little men and little buildings. Like doll houses? Like dollhouse stuff? No, it's for like epic quests and adventures. Sounds like doll furniture. Like painting dolls? No. It's a good thing I don't have to go to the office. Work from home. Oh, so much better. I should have done that first thing. Okay. Brown Town is back, baby. Here we go. Let's finish this. Oh, man. I was like squeezing blood from a stone earlier. Now... Just dump all over it. Ugh. I put some of that that primer in there. That's going to give it a nice matte finish, I reckon. Oh, see? It went so quickly then. Oh, oh no, just shy, just short. Boo. Oh, did I have any more? I've got a little bit more I can squeeze. Come on, mate. I just need a drop. Drop two. I think it's going to be enough. So close. Oh, frustration. These will look great though. Even brown. I think on the brown and grey. I think what we'll do towards the end of the stream, I'll throw a couple of lights on this. See what we're going with. Nate called it. I am low. Super low on the paint here. Come on, just need just a tiny bit. Come on. Yeah. Here we go. That guy's done as well. Alright. I'm gonna try and juice this up a bit. Some of this guy. Okay. Oh. There could be no questions of how much we have to paint now. More than enough. Extravagant amounts. Thin it out, my friend. Let the brown ride. Oh yes. You can see it now. I heard Squid Ma was down here. You know, I could have gone seen him. He was at the local hobby shop. He was doing like I think they had some kind of like 40K something. I didn't want to go because I didn't want to distract him, you know, like dazzle him, you know. I'm like, oh, it's Seb from, that's that Atmoseeker? Is that guy? Is that the lights and stuff? The dumb Australian accent and the denim shirts? I think that's the guy. So I left it. Didn't want to dazzle him, you know. It would make me more of a threat, though. Subscribe to the channel. Coming for you, Squidmar. You just watch out. Nobody paints brown like this boy. Great start on the woodwork. Dark wash next. I think you're right. Gonna let that dry-ish. I'm gonna pick out pieces here. This is kind of the level of painting you can see on a live stream. I reckon so. Painting things brown. I think it has worked though. Alright. We've got some brown stuff. Turn that off for a change. Wow. That was loud. Not quite mixed at the bottom. Alright. Oh, I must have been clumsy closing one of those white paint things, because I can see there's like an explosion of white stuff. Thankfully, this guy didn't get much of it. I'm tempted to throw a wash in this guy. You know what? I probably should touch up his teeth and stuff first. Alright, I'll put that guy aside for now. Alright, what we got? We got some dungeon tiles. What we got going on here? We got our brown stuff now. It's starting to look like a hell of a dungeon. Brown. I mean, this, you know, what strange thing is, this was a brown plastic to begin with, so it's gone full circle. Brown, spray painted gray, now brown. But what a brown! It's a light brown. So yeah, we're going to light brown because we're going to dull it down with a wash. It's going to be dry brushing involves all that kind of stuff. But I think starts of a good dungeon here. Let's see. Pieces. Whoop. I think so. There we go. Get some furniture in here. Okay, so I think, should we try glazing up one of these bad boys, see how they turn out? I think so. That sounds like a lot of fun. What should we use? We use a brown wash. What do you reckon? We've got a Nuln Oil, and we've got a Agrax Earthshade. The Nuln Oil is going to give us some good contrast. I mean, I should go through there and pick out the books and stuff. Alright, we'll do it on this one because this is just doors. Alright, so that... I'm tempted to go with the, what do we say? Dark wash next. We have a decision to make. I'm thinking of Nuln Oil. Alright, sounds good to me. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. You know, the great thing about painting all this stuff, if things go awry, I can just paint it again. But it is looking better than it was before. Alright, let's see. See how that picks up for me. Ooh. You almost saw one of those. Ooh. Those things where it spills all the Nuln Oil onto the counter. I'd managed to spill it onto this dungeon tile, which I was totally gonna put a wash on and see how it turned out, right? Man, that almost was a hell of a thing. Almost not. Well, that's got to have happened to a lot of folk. Lost the Nuln Oil. It's these pots, man. They're cursed. They'll tip over like that. It's really running all different kind of like cameras and stuff. Let's see. There's a lot of plastic. It's been an efficient week. It hasn't been great that the printers have given way on me. I've had a few like clogs and stuff happen. But yeah, the furnish is great. That's just from Hero Quest. But yeah, we've got all the dungeon tiles that we've printed out. So happy with how that's all kind of come up. Oh, I was hoping to get a little bit of paint on it tonight, but I'm not sure if it will. We've just been kind of going with the flow on things. Oh, I think the Nuln Oil was a good choice. That's going to give some good contrast. Look at that. Get in there. Yes. What you do about the top though? Did it go in there? Sure. Why not? Dirty it up. It's a filthy dungeon set. It's gonna be filthy shelves full of filthy books. Do you know what's in these cupboards? Filth. Probably like smut and stuff. Ugh. It's this whole like golem porn. Something filthy in there. Ugh. Can you imagine? I just wonder what's in these cupboards. I tell you what, filth. Alright, yeah. You're right though. We're gonna get some lights on these guys in a sec. I know, even though these are semi-painted. You can see even with like a little bit of lighting, change your life. It's a shiny boy. I can hear the death possums rummaging about. Okay, there we go. Got some nice, filthy dungeon shelves. Yeah. Just haven't got the back, so I don't know how to hold it otherwise. Get the back later. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I could get some of that. Not bad. Not bad. We'll do the rest of those during a week. If you're keen to see how all of this turns out in the end, there will be hopefully an episode dropping soon on the channel. I'm still kind of working on it, but we're going to be having a look at some dungeon locations. I'm thinking of I know I am guilty of promising like, oh, there's gonna be this whole series of these videos and stuff, but I like the idea of a like location, kind of like let's go dungeons, let's go forests and stuff, and just kind of looking at those kind of bits and pieces for those kind of like locations and how you would do all like the atmosphere and stuff for those locations. Let me know in the comments or the chat if that's something that you think would be good. I could put my favorite ambiences of what I would use in those locations. Yeah, that kind of thing. I'm thinking about it if it's going to be like a little series, if it's something that I could quickly kind of put together and stuff. All right. We have got some. We went to Browntown. We were there for a while. We totally owned some shelves and stuff, ready to go. I am going to shuffle aside a lot of these paints and stuff. I got a couple of new lights as well. I was going to try them out. These are super cheap lights as well. Just bear with me for a moment. Alright, I got a couple of these bad boys that aren't plugged in at the moment. Just bear with me for a second here. Alright. Soon you'll have a table covered in plastic. Yes. I'm working through terrain types this year. So yes, I have found that that's a great way to kind of like work on the catalog of stuff. Like I try to have the kind of policy of never crafting for a session. Obviously there are exceptions, like, you know, if we're coming to the end of this Dragon of Ice Spire Peak campaign, I'm going to need ice stuff, you know. But for the most part, I like to kind of craft and paint stuff that's like, I feel like painting a Displacer Beast. I don't have anything planned for a Displacer Beast or a Dungeons or something, but it's a hole in the collection. Kmart lights, noticing those? Yes, these are some of the Kmart-y ones. Picked these up the other day. Just gonna try some of these out. Turn these on. So these are like smart lights kind of things that you can control with a app and stuff. And I was trying to work out how to get them going with like the Stream Deck and stuff. But for the moment, you can control them manually with a little button on them. Let's see. Got a couple of them going on here. Got them just like plugged into this little power bank here. Hopefully there's enough. There's not enough power in that thing. Hold on a second. Didn't charge it. Didn't charge it before the session. I do have a little pad of power back there. Braino's gonna lose his bubbles though, so bear with me here. Alright, so we got these cheap lights, as Talismancer said in the chat. These are from Kmart. These were about, I think, $20 each. So as far as lights goes, I was kind of looking at these from a more kind of portable kind of setup, because you can run these off. I was doing a little test the other day where I had one of those portable power bank kind of things, and I managed to run these, one of those Ripple wave lights, a little, I think it was a little Wi-Fi hub kind of thing, a couple of flame bulbs and stuff, and it was a decent battery pack, and it ran for about, I think I wanted to say like close to like 10, 13 hours. So more than enough time. So these are like really good kind of like little portable ones you can like plop down. What I like most about these is like to get the angle of the light. Let's see, switch. All right, it's like to get the angle of the light that you need to kind of cover the area. There's, even if you're kind of more eyeline with it, it's not kind of glaring into your eye lights, so we can get some good Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn off the big lights here. There we go. And you can see we're going to use some complementary colors here. Not having everything red, but having everything complementary. Oh, I'm gonna steal Braino's fog too. There's one there, buddy. A little bit of fog. Braino's just using the reptile fogger as well for his steam. There we go. See, I'll turn off that big light. There we go. And there, got ourselves a nice little dungeon here. Where we go? We've got red, right. So little complementary colors here. And see, they got a decent amount of spread. I was pretty impressed with how these guys did a good sound. See, I've got them on opposite sides. Got a little bit of fog coming through. Gotta displace a beast. Do we have any pin spots on the above? Yeah, it is pin spots above. I sure do. Pretty good pin spots. Yeah, just give me a moment, mate. There we go. I just want to get in that room. There we go. Alright, so yeah, you got pin spots going down. And let's see, can I get this camera nice and low? Let's do it. I want to get in that dungeon. Get me in. Yeah, there we go. We're in now. This is the dungeon. So it's just those two lights. So we got this one set to yellow, I believe. So yellow here, blue. This is like a purple blue. So two complementary lights, a little bit of fog. Delicious. We've got this juicy, freshly washed shelf that I'm too scared to touch now. touch it with another shelf. There we go. There we go. Push it this side. There we go. And Displace Beast comes in. He's all like badass and shit. Oh! Yeah, I need some minis and stuff in here. This is rad. See, this would look great for like online games and stuff. Online dungeons. Yeah, so if you're curious about that fogger, we've got Kyle saying he's used that similar fogger for Necromunda as well. Yes, it is a great kind of kit if you're looking for something cheaper to kind of create that kind of fog effect. There is a new video on the channel that came out probably a couple of weeks ago, and we've got ourselves a nice little happy dungeon here. You can see even these are not painted; these are just primed gray. And it still looks fantastic with some colored lighting. If that kind of stuff sings to you and says, Seb, that looks great, how do I do it? Check out the channel, check out the Discord, check out the Patreon, and you know, we'll see where that goes in the future. But there are videos that show you how to do this kind of thing, and I'm super excited to do this kind of stuff because I love all the atmospheric and ambient tools that you can use for your terrain. I think we'll leave it there. Until next time, I'm Sebastian, and let's create and inspire. Nailed it. See you guys. Thanks for joining the stream. I'll catch you later. can't remember. Anyone's still here. This is like the top secret stream. This is like the after dark. After dark. It's just me talking to myself. I don't know. That was alright. We got some brown on there. We got some we had a look at some cool dungeon terrain, dungeon tiles. Let me know in the chat if there's or the comments and stuff you want to see links to stuff. I'll see if I can remember to put links to these things. So I don't think anyone can hear me. Anyway, it's time for bed set. We got work in the morning. Having too much fun. Too much fun with these guys. I'll catch you around. See you guys.